It seems as though the time for me to get up and talk in front of everybody was that time that we were late because of the traffic and everything. So let's tell everybody now. Last year, Micah had talked to a lawyer about testifying on a case that someone had waited in county for 3 years to testify. Micah wanted to help his friend, even though his friend didn't want him to testify because his friend told him it would be a bad idea. 2 days later, Micah told my mom he'd be back in a few minutes. He made fun of me on the phone. I was on the phone with her. And he never came back in. My mom sent her brother to go check on him, and they found him hanging from a tree right next to the trailer. But it was wrong. His feet were on the ground like he was standing, and his shoes never came off. There were broken branches everywhere. There was blood on one of the pieces of board that were leaning against the trailer that they lived in. He had marks all over him, his shoulder, his chest. There was blood and scratches on his chest. When the investigators got there, they made jokes. No ambulance ever came when they called for help. The assistant at the Joyner Anderson Funeral Home showed up in the police cruiser with the police officers to rule his death. And they took his body straight to the Joyner Anderson Funeral Home. We didn't even have a choice in what funeral home we were going to use for him. And then we were denied the ability to have an open house because they said that his body was evidence of a criminal investigation. We couldn't see him until they did the autopsy to collect evidence. We waited for 8 days, calling and calling, before we were finally allowed to go to the funeral home to see him. And when we got there, they had his hands wrapped in towels, and they were taped with the medical tape, so we couldn't even look at his hands. And we told him before we even seen him, all we wanted to do was hold his hand one last time. When we got there, he had all these marks, and we took pictures of him, and they can't explain them. A week after his funeral, we called to get the autopsy reports, and we were told that there was no autopsy because they didn't feel that there was a need to have one. And I asked who was responsible for that decision when the whole entire family called and told them of someone taking pictures of his license plate and sending it to him, telling him, "We know where you are." That someone had tried to run him off the road in the last month of his life, and someone came after him and tried to sneak up on him and hit him with a crowbar just weeks before his death. We had text messages, pictures, and the detectives wouldn't even call us back. The one detective finally ended up telling my mom that she needed to move on, and what's done is done. He's dead, and to leave it alone. I called the assistant funeral home director. His name is David Client, Richard Client, whatever you want to call him. It just depends on where you find his information online. And he was very rude with me, and he said that the injuries were caused by the branches that were on the tree by the washing machine, but the only thing was there was no branches on that tree. And when I grabbed the tree branch myself, weighing 100 pounds, the tree came down with me. My brother weighed at least 180. My brother got mixed up with the wrong people here and there and might not have made the best decisions. At the time of his death, he had an open investigation. He and I had both got arrested and registered. In 2015, on November 7th, it was my mom's birthday, and her sister had passed away. They arrested me for a drug-related object, for a little container with a pot leaf painted on it, in somebody else's car, and I'd only been in state for a few hours. They arrested Micah, and he had an ounce of marijuana, and he had his scales, and I was denied the opportunity to post a bond to a bondsman because although I only worked out of town and my kids, my family, my house still in Statesboro, it didn't matter. They said that I had to pay a full cash bond. And when I went to court, I waited all day to see the judge. My name never got called. When I inquired as to why, I was told that I didn't need to show up, that they had went ahead and just sentenced me and used my bond money to pay the fine that they were giving me. A week later, the police department was disbanded for policing for profit, which was the mayor's suggestion a week before we were arrested. I've never heard of going to court and not having a chance to plead guilty or not guilty, and you being sentenced and your bond paying your fine and not even having a chance to defend yourself. When it really was something, there was no drugs there. I didn't have any. I just got in state. I just rode to my aunt's house for the funeral and was on my way to my mom's house for her birthday. Micah continued to call all the time throughout the next year, trying to get this case open. Where's the evidence? Because he had evidence disappear on other cases. He had been harassed by Bulloch County for years. He got arrested for an open container charge for a bag of recycle in somebody else's car. Another time, he got jumped in his bedroom and was bleeding and choking on his blood in my arms in his closet, and they arrested him in our house, in his bedroom, for public intoxication. Never took him to the hospital. Bulloch County has wronged so many people. I've watched friends in handcuffs get drugged downstairs by 6 officers and kicked repeatedly because he asked the officer to take the scene outside because she was scaring the children, and we had done nothing wrong. He just showed up and came in our apartment because there was a fight downstairs in the parking lot, and they assumed it was ours. I've seen people Bulloch County, all of their people, their whole system needs to be relooked at. They need to look at where the money's going, the police records, evidence, because my brother's records from the county clerk's office, half of them are missing. Where's all of his arrests? Where's all of his probation records? I went to PDC for 2 years and you can't find any record of it anywhere, and I paid almost $7,000 in fines for being a passenger in a stolen car. I didn't even know it was stolen, took the charge and went with it, and they can't find any of that evidence. You know, the clerk's office has all of these. I suggest that anybody that has any criminal record, and not only Bulloch County, but the Ogeechee Judicial Circuit, should go to their local clerk's offices and get a copy of your records. The Freedom of Information Act. See what they still have and see what they didn't turn in. Find out what they're lying about. See if there's any wrongdoing. Pull your court records. You know, question it, because they're doing things wrong and they're sending people to jail that shouldn't be going to jail, while criminals are walking around killing people with badges on. My phone's getting ready to die. It was fun at the Capitol. Marsy's law is a very important thing. I feel that it's going to go somewhere. We just talked to the senator, and he said that they got it passed in the Senate side, and it's for the House next. Marsy's law. There's better things online. I'm not good at this. Got one hand. Marsy's law is for the rights of victims and the victims' families to have equal rights. We don't want any more rights than anyone else for them. We just want them to have the same rights. They deserve dignity. They deserve respect. They deserve for their deaths to be treated as our lives would be treated. They deserve to, you know, be heard when someone else silences them. My brother, because he smoked weed and he chose to help people for extra money rather than to get a full-time job, he fixed houses, he fixed fences, he mowed grasses. My brother was caring. My brother was homeless on the street in California, living in a dumpster pad in the desert, and got food stamps and came and bought my kids food stamps because he thought they needed it more than him. My brother slept underneath a bridge in the next city over to get a job at the poultry plant to help me pay my bills for my kids because I needed help. He slept in a tent underneath the bridge in the pouring rain. My brother helped anybody he could help. He wasn't hateful. He always laughed. He was not suicidal. He had this tattoo and it said life and death. And if you flipped it one way, it said life, and if you turned it over, it said death, because he said he would always choose life over death. He would never take the easy way out. I miss my brother, and I feel like What happened to him wasn't fair. They didn't investigate his crime. They just blew him off like he was a nobody. They used him as a paycheck his whole life, arresting him and letting him go and keeping his money to pay their bills. The city council, the tax commissioners, they're all dirty in Statesboro, Georgia. The few good ones are scared to talk because, look what happens to people that do, like my brother. Love everybody. Thank you for coming to the Capitol with me. I'll see y'all again.